Hi, thanks so much for spending a few minutes to watch my talk called The 4 Plus 1 Day Work Week. This was a presentation that I gave at CANHEIT 2025, and the concept is a framework for growth and collaboration that you can use to expand your skills, follow your interests, broaden your expertise, build institutional relationships, and stay motivated. So, my name is Matt Simpson, and I'm the Director of Information Technology in the Faculty of Health Sciences at Queen's University. But that's not my only role. I also work in the Information Security Office within Queen's IT Services. And today I'm here to tell you a little bit about how that came to be, what I've learned by doing this, and how you can bring professional growth to the forefront of your career as well. But before we get there, I want to start way back in 1995. So, as a teenager, I remember being very into computers. And not gaming by any means, but specifically, I was quite interested in computer security and what could be done with computers. I spent a lot of time exploring what was possible, testing the limits and the boundaries. And back then, if you remember like me, there was a lot possible because security was pretty much non existent. At the time, I didn't see the skills that I was acquiring as a career because for a lot of people, their actions ended up getting them into quite a bit of trouble. But perhaps if I had known that what I was doing for fun would turn into the $200 billion cybersecurity industry that we know today, I might have kept it up and continued down that path. But while I didn't exclusively stay in the security field, my teenage rebellious hobby did lead me to become a competent systems administrator and eventually into software design and development for the internet. After college, I was lucky enough to land a great job within the Queen's University School of Medicine as their first employee, a web developer. And I was hired to develop learning environments used by literally the smartest students in the country. And I know because I helped develop the admission system that was used by the school. And also by physicians and educators with whom I deeply respected. The work that I was doing felt and still feels today to be important. And over the years, I progressed into more senior roles, finally landing in my current role of Director of IT, still within the Faculty of Health Sciences in 2021. My position is the senior most IT role within a very large and complex faculty, reporting to our Chief Financial and Administrative Officer. This role gives me the privilege of having a lot of responsibility and a lot of latitude. But like you, I have a very hard job. And not hard as in the challenging technical problems of years past, hard for me in ways that I still don't always feel prepared for. And no number of professional certifications or courses or praise or encouragement or successful teams seem to convince me that I know enough. I am told that feeling prepared and confident to take on the duties of your role simply takes experience. This is normal and healthy and is often a motivator I use to keep improving. So, in order to gain the confidence that I need to have to be the type of leader that I want to be, I need to gain the experiences that will earn me that confidence. As much as I love and appreciate my role in the Faculty of Health Sciences, I have wondered what university-wide experiences I might be missing out on. I also recognize that no matter who you are or what position you hold, there will always be peaks and valleys, highs and lows, good days and bad ones. That's just life. And over the past 8 months, I have climbed out of one of those valleys, and I am here to share what I've learned because not only did it work for me, but I feel that this could be a framework for others that not only benefits you and your career, but also builds bridges and strengthens your institution. So now that I've told you my story, I want to introduce you to the concept of the 4+1 day work week. But before I do that, we're going to do a little bit of audience participation. So question number one, and you can think this to yourself, how many days per week do you work? Actually, I'm going to update that slide. How many days per week are you paid to work? That's a great question. There are a few people who are paid to work 1, 2, or 3 days per week. There's a lucky few who are paid to work 4 days per week. But the majority of us, we work 5 days per week. So for my next question, think to yourself, do you like the idea of 20% of your time at work dedicated to pursuing professional development? A lot of people really like the idea of dedicating a certain amount of their day or a certain amount of their week to professional development. 20% is a number used by Google. Other companies like 3M have had a long-standing 15% time. It's an exciting possibility to think of. For my last question, and just for fun, Do you like the idea of a 4-day work week? A lot of people like the idea of working 4 days per week, and this can come in different forms. This could mean you work longer hours for 4 days per week, or this could be that you work 80% of your FTE. Well, unfortunately, I can't promise you any sort of a 4-day work week. That's a whole separate topic. But what if I told you that your current job could feel a lot closer to a 4-day work week while also giving you some protected time to grow? And not only that, but actively give you space to participate in projects outside the scope of your current job, projects you would hopefully find interesting and engaging, gain experience that will help you feel more confident, build relationships, broaden your understanding of your institution, and best of all, as in my case, enjoy your time at work. As I mentioned, my primary role at Queen's is the Director of Information Technology within the Faculty of Health Sciences, where I lead a team of 14 people, and I get to do this awesome job 4 days per week. But for 1 day or 20% of my time, I get the opportunity to step into a very different cybersecurity-focused role within Queen's IT services, working in the Information Security Office. And the way that I have structured my time has been incredibly effective. So that I would like to share with you. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are full focused days within Queen's Health Sciences, and I refer to these as the intensive days. My calendar is admittedly a bit hectic, but it's manageable for many reasons, including that I have administrative support and an incredible team that I trust and who make very effective use of my time. Thursday, the focus day, I leave health sciences behind and physically go to another space on campus, to a beautiful open concept area within Queen's IT services. The work that I do on Thursday is project-based, which has allowed me to leave behind the many to-do items, meetings, and focus my attention on mostly one thing for a whole day. That, my friends, feels like a gift. Friday, the cleanup and organize day, I'm back in health sciences to tidy up those loose threads from the week, put out fires, and catch up with my team, ending my week feeling organized and energized, ideally anyways. So there you have it, the secret formula for my 4+1 day work week. I decided to start with the challenges of an arrangement like this because you may already be thinking of all of the ways this couldn't work for you. And realistically, there are several challenges. And before I go on and on about all the good things, let's get some of those challenges out in the open. Number one, added pressure. Maybe you feel that you already have too much to do and you couldn't possibly take on something else. Well, guess what? We all work to our maximum capacity, doing what we can with the time that we have available. So that's no more of a problem now than it was before. But I do feel added pressure to accomplish the same in a shorter amount of time, which may even result in working a few extra hours. But what's important about that is that I do this not because I feel as though I must, it's because I want to. I'm engaged in both roles. The next challenge is a slower pace. So no one has been anything but entirely supportive. But despite that, I do feel that I am letting my team members down on both sides of the house at times. I need to move more slowly and deliberately on tasks and projects. But to be fair, a personal and career goal of mine is to be more deliberate and strategic in my actions and be less of the responsive IT firefighter that I've been in the past. So in a way, this does help me achieve this. The next thing is feeling vulnerable. I do feel some level of vulnerability at times. I have thoughts like, what if I don't do well? What if they don't like me? What if I can't get done what needs to be done? And what if I let people down? That said, the opportunity to learn, gain university-wide experience, and contribute my own perspective and experience is worth the discomfort to me. Number 4 is less available. I am less available to respond to things that inevitably pop up. I have had to decline meetings and close my email client at times, which can be really hard to do, especially when you know that something's going on. But surprisingly, my colleagues are generally very respectful of my boundaries on Microsoft Teams. That's not been a problem. The last thing, and I know it sounds weird to say, but I am really hating long weekends right now. I use that day, and when that day's gone, all of the other challenges seem a bit more challenging for the whole rest of the week. So we've covered some of the challenges. Now let's look at what's working well and what the benefits are. So number 1, the predictable and consistent structure of the secondment. That's definitely working well. I've talked about the intensive Monday to Wednesday, the focus Thursday, the cleanup and organize Friday. Definitely working well. Number two, I feel supported, encouraged, respected, and welcome. So, my boss in health sciences has seemed genuinely interested in this initiative and has encouraged me to share this presentation and what I've learned with my colleagues. Our CIO, Marie-Claude, and the information security officer, Paul, have gone out of their way to truly make me feel like part of their team. The Information Security Office has done things like realign their biweekly team meeting to happen on Thursdays so that I can participate. I'm invited to team activities, to town halls, a leadership forum, and I even get to attend going away parties for colleagues. I am part of the team, just like anyone else. Number three is the well-structured project-based work. The project-based work that I'm involved with has given me direction and an ability to focus on the task at hand. It also has a healthy 7-month timeline with a lot of community consultation, communication, and change management involved. And this work has also been clearly defined in a project charter, which contains all the information I would need to be successful. Things like a project description, its goals, the value of the work to the university, the success factors, the key performance indicators, what's in scope, what's out of scope, timelines, key deliverables, and the other team members that are working with me on this project. So the benefits. Collaboration is increasing. And I'm saying collaboration is increasing instead of the more common analogy of silos are coming down, because the term silo feels negatively intentional to me, and I don't like to think that anyone intentionally prevents collaboration. There are all sorts of real and valid reasons why collaboration is challenging. The energy and the time required to communicate, just to name a big one. But I feel that since I have one foot in the IT services door, people are more willing and able to share, trust, and consult with me in the central decision-making process. And likewise, I am more willing and able to share, trust, and include the perspectives of Queen's IT services in our faculty level initiatives. Number two is my faculty and department are better aligned. So I feel that the needs and the complexities of my faculty are better understood by Queen's IT services today than they were 6 months ago. And with the increase in collaboration and the stronger relationships, we get earlier awareness of new initiatives, better alignment, and perhaps more opportunities to influence the outcomes that will impact us the most. Number three, I am learning and gaining university-wide experience. Remember when I said that I needed to have those big experiences to earn me that confidence? I do feel that starting. I have learned a lot about the need to be very strategic and deliberate with change management, and how doing this well will allow you to move the needle forward in a university environment without rocking the boat too much and stalling. And along these lines, I feel like I am learning from some real masters about how enterprise-wide IT communications really needs to happen. Another benefit, and something that's working really well, is that my project feels and is important. I don't feel like I've just been handed busy work that doesn't matter. It's meaningful and impactful to the university, and I'm excited about it because it will make a change for the better. Right now, I'm working to put in place policy and governance on the use of higher risk OAuth consent grants within Microsoft Defender for cloud apps to help protect the university data and get a better handle on user-driven application integrations within Microsoft 365. I've also helped a colleague refine and improve our third-party risk assessment process by contributing my constructive feedback through my experiences doing the assessments in my health sciences role. And next, I'm looking forward to making improvements to the breadth and depth of how we assess generative AI applications, and hopefully how we bring awareness of AI and algorithmic safety to the Queen's community. So now that you've heard all of the benefits of this experience, you might be wondering how you could have a successful 4+1 day work week experience too. So I want to cover the prerequisites that I think that you need to have in place. Number one, know your own interests and passions. So in my case, as I explained earlier, I have a long-standing interest and history in cybersecurity, and I want to do more with this. Also, I was lucky in that my interests and my passions are aligned with both my current IT roles. I think this alignment certainly makes things easier, but I don't think it absolutely has to be the case. Your current skill set would likely be a huge asset to many other parts of the institution, so don't necessarily restrict yourself to what you do now. Number two is have a career direction. So I have a fairly solid career ambition to one day become a public sector CISO or perhaps even a CIO. I see myself in a technology leadership role. I want the experiences that will help me earn my stripes, and I believe that working with our information security office will help me get there. Also, I think this model could help you gain new experiences to simply make you better in your current role, or even help you pivot to an entirely new career. Everyone loves a good career pivot story. Number 3, make connections and put yourself out there. Staying only in your corner will keep you in your corner. In order to do something like this, you'll need to do some wandering. Opportunities for zero point 0.2 FTE roles aren't advertised positions. There are no job boards that advertise opportunities like this. You need to make connections by joining committees or working groups, initiating, leading, or participating in interdepartmental projects, or volunteering for organizational-wide activities. You need to do whatever it takes to make connections and build relationships with people outside your bubble. Number 4 is discuss it with your manager. Make sure that your intentions are clear. Explain that this is an opportunity for you to learn and grow, and it's an opportunity for you to share your knowledge and experience with other parts of the institution in ways that will truly benefit your department as well. Any good leader will see what you're doing and support you in this. Number 5 is plan the secondment and make it official with HR. Although I know it would be much simpler to initiate this type of program in an unofficial manner, going through human resources and making it a true secondment, in my opinion, is worth the extra effort. For me, it has been instrumental in allowing me to set my boundaries and give me the space that I need to succeed in my new role. I feel that taking the unofficial route could decrease your commitment to your new role, or worse, leave room for expectations of flexibility in your schedule. In other words, I think it would be too easy to get pulled back into your normal day-to-day responsibilities. So trust me, make it official. Number 6, make official announcements. So it's important to make an official announcement and explain your new role and capacity and what it means for your team, especially if you're in a leadership position. An announcement and explanation will provide reassurance to your team and to your department. I'm sure that you'll be surprised and encouraged by all the support that you receive from your peers. I know I was. And also, be sure to get an announcement out to your new team. I recall being invited to an IT services town hall a few weeks after I started, and the CIO asked me to stand up, and she announced my role in front of all of my colleagues. That unexpected act went a long way to making me feel included in my new team, and I'm certain set a tone for all the support that I continue to receive from my IT services colleagues today. So there you have it, the 4+1 day work week, a framework for growth and collaboration that you can use to expand your skills, follow your interests, broaden your expertise, build institutional relationships, and stay motivated. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them or meet for a virtual coffee sometime. Please just reach out to me by email, or you can find me on Mastodon as well. Thank you.